So a lot of you know that I help a lot of lawyers, especially newer lawyers. And in fact, when I was in Cabo, I was talking to a newer lawyer who was in the throes of a negotiation. And I want to talk about some different strategies that allow you to get a little more money in a smaller case and maybe a lot more money in a larger case. So it was a auto accident pre-lit case, a $100,000 policy. The plaintiff's lawyer made the pre-lit demand for the 100, and the defense offered 50. And I said, what do you expect is going to happen in this case? And the lawyer said, well, I'll go to 90, they go to 60, I'll go to 80, they go to 70. We meet at 75, maybe they say 72, maybe they stop at 70. I said, yeah, that's probably what's going to happen if your response to their general round number is another round number. There is so much power in, instead of going with round numbers, use a odd number, and not a 0, 50, or 100 type number. So I said to him, in response to their 50, don't go down to 90. Why don't you go to 93 or $92,300? Subconsciously, and if you think about it, if you've done a small case pre-lit and the carrier sends you an offer for $4,650.23, what are you thinking? Oh, they've analyzed it. They know the value. They know their case. And it just has more gravitas and more validity. So instead of 90, which they're going to immediately assume is just a negotiation to keep going back and forth down to a midpoint, you make a $93,000 demand. If they go to 60 or they go to 69, then you go to 87. And he started texting me as they're going back and forth. He's like, Mike, it's working. And so that case, ultimately, I think he just settled it for $79,000 or $81,000. That likely probably settled for 70. And the only difference in the case, the same facts, same issues, same policy, same people, was that he used odd numbers and thought through enough to use those odd numbers that was interpreted as him being thoughtful and knowing his case. And so I'm in a mediation today. In fact, I'm filming this and I've got a mediation that's going on, and the mediator is, texting me back and forth, calling me. Bigger numbers, same principle, right? We had a $4.5 million demand and they offered $1 million. And the mediators wants me to go back with some lockstep thing, and I'm not doing it. I don't understand. How do you evaluate that? I'm like, well, I'll let them know as we get closer, if we get closer together. But my demand is not now from 4.5 to 4.3. It's going to be 4.365 million. And that will result if the case settles, if both sides want to settle. And let's say it would have settled at, I'm just making up numbers at this point. If it would have settled at 2.25 million, just because I'm using different odd numbers, that case settles at 2.4 or 2.6. And so it's something that you got to think about, right? You are thinking in a generic way, the way of just general negotiation, round numbers. We're at 100, you're at 10, I'm at 90, you're at 20, I'm at 80, you're at 30. Then you start to slow down, etc. How about instead of I'm at 100, you're at 10, I'm at 94, you're at 20, I'm at 84, and you change the dynamic. A case that would have settled for $40,000 to $50,000 now settles for $55,000 to $65,000. If you want any more tips, hell, if you want to call me and you're in negotiations and you want to talk about it, please reach out. My info is in the bio and it's in the video description. I'm happy to help.